the general manager of the Utah Hockey Club, Bill Armstrong. And Bill, you're making some news today, baby.
Woke up this morning after I slept for a good 2 minutes and said, let's shock the world.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
So let's start with the trade for Sergachev. How long had that been in the works?
Well, you know, it's one of those things that comes up in conversation when you talk to GM. Say, listen, if you're ever going down this road, I know you're not, but if you ever are at some point, we'd have the assets and we'd be very interested. So I think that's your job as a GM, to kind of plant some seeds, you know, anywhere from 6 months out. And, you know, you never know what can happen. And, you know, Julian and I have a good professional relationship, and we had, you know, private conversations, and we were, you know, it worked out.
Yeah, and you also added John Marino from the New Jersey Devils, so it's a nice first pair there if you want to use them that way, a lefty and a righty, two experienced guys.
Yeah, it's you know, I've known him for a long time. Both Sergachev, you know, I watched him in Windsor, and I know John back from the Walpole days in Boston, Mass, watching him play. So we're really psyched to get both guys. They're going to stabilize the backside, and you know, we can score, but somebody's got to defend. So we got two good guys today.
How is it for you to be in a completely different circumstance now, Bill? Because let's face it, you know, when you're in Arizona, it's a rebuild, there's limited resources in some ways, and you're just doing the best you can. You had compiled and you have built up a lot of good young players there, but now you have more resources. Now you can make these kind of moves. It must be a freeing feeling that you have all the levers available.
Yes, and it helped us to go through COVID because we were able to take on bad contracts. We took a lot of pain every night in losing, but it helped us, and we're kind of getting to that next step of getting out, and it just so happened that, you know, we ended up moving and getting a new owner, and it kind of just happened to fall in at the right time. And we're still making picks. You know, we had two first-rounders, and we're used some of our assets in the later rounds to move and get some players. So it's worked out well, just as we drew it up.
And, well, I don't know if you drew it up quite that way, but it is working out. Let me ask you about Tij Iginla, because I saw you last night on the way by, and you said, EJ, we're going with the DNA here. And I mean, you can't argue. That's pretty good DNA. What was the thing that really makes you so excited about Tij?
Well, Tij, number one, he's just a hockey player. He's born to be a hockey player. When you meet him and you talk to him for about 2 seconds, you realize, hey, this kid, you know, he's just born to play. And we loved how he finished the year. We loved how he was just, you know, he got better and better as the year went along. It's almost like he was pressuring at the start, you know, score, 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 and then all of a sudden, you know, he relaxed, and you could see the playmaking come. And he went up for Team Canada. He scored some big goals, and we were really excited about his development during the course of the year. And his DNA. His mom and dad are just wonderful people. We had them in the room before we drafted him, and just left a lasting impression on us, not only as a hockey player, as a person. And now in the dressing room, we can have Doan and Iginla side by side.
There you go.
Like, I already talked to those guys. They're not coming on the dad's trip. You know what I mean?
I like it, though.
Yeah,
I like it. And Iginla, he played well in the U18 for Canada. You're absolutely right. So a really talented young player. Let me ask you this now. You've got cap room.
Yeah.
There's a lot of movement, it looks like, is going to go on here over the next couple of days. How busy are you going to be?
Well, it puts us in a good situation because we've added two really good pieces now, and now we can be a little bit more calculated in adding that last piece of the defense in a piece up front. So there's less panic, and now we can kind of sift through it. And if I'm a smart GM, I take my cell phone and throw it against the wall, and I pick it up on July 2nd.
Well, hey, listen. I'm really happy for you guys, and best of luck in the new environment there in Salt Lake. It looks like you got a great ownership group. You got a lot to look forward to. Get back out there. You got more work to do.
Yeah, we got more work to do today. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Bill.